But anyways, let's continue the path here on our offseason recaps. This week, we're going to dive into the AFC South, most electrifying division of all of NFL football. Am I right?
No, you are wrong.
Go Bills. Well, maybe y'all don't know the move, and we're going to go over that right now. So, as y'all know, Matt Johnson has written up on our blog page on the tanktalkpodcast.com. He broke it down division by division, every single move that each team has made in terms of free agency, the draft.
Yeah.
He even gave him a grade on the offseason, man.
He did. And he was here last week.
In the flesh.
Talk about it, yeah.
Shout out Matt Johnson for stopping by.
Yes, sir.
So if y'all want to, after we... What's up?
Nothing.
The GOAT!
Matt Johnson.
He's
the GOAT. Anyways, if y'all want to see what Matt Johnson graded each division, head over to tanktalkpodcast.com. Head into the blog section. Click any division you would like to read, take a deep dive into, and go from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick this thing off with the Houston Texans. Congratulations to them. They won the offseason Super Bowl. What's the problem?
I don't like them.
Why?
What?
I don't like them.
What's the reason, though?
Is this new?
They just pretenders, dog. Yeah. Pretenders. Where'd they go? 10? They win 10 games last year?
10-7.
Yeah, we're acting like they might be in the AFC Championship, the Super Bowl. Boy, get out of how many playoff wins they get last year? One over Joe Flacco.
Yeah. Hey, you better. Whoa!
Talk to me when you get past Pat Mahomes.
Whoa!
When you get past
Stop
Lamar
the
Jackson,
disrespect of the fucking long legs Joe Flacco.
Burrow.
Okay. What's your problem?
Are you just like him because he's in this division too?
Fucking right, dude.
What did the Bills go last year?
More wins than the Texans did. Yeah, and we sucked.
Did they?
11.
Yeah, 11-6, right?
Yep.
But I'm with you, Donnie. Fuck them, because they were literally one play away from losing the division.
Not even being in the playoffs.
Yeah. So what are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about because they won, and they got in the playoffs, and they won a game.
They beat Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns in the playoffs.
Weren't they in that second game too?
Don't matter.
Weren't they like?
No, they got clapped up by
Baltimore. Oh no, they were up at halftime, weren't they?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were.
Yeah, but then
they didn't do shit.
No, they didn't after that.
They got bodied by
Baltimore. Was it 10-3 or something? Or 17-10?
It might have been 17-3, 17-10,
something like that. Yeah.
Damn, they sold 17-3. They are trash.
Anyways, you gotta realize they're the worst team in the NFL a couple of years ago.
Yeah, come on.
That's a good point.
Anthony, you got a good point.
That's a great point. I mean, after that Deshaun Watson situation, I mean, for them to rebuild that quick,
they lost to the Ravens 34-10.
Well, listen, when you get a trade offer to you for literally the Cleveland Browns' whole future for one quarterback who hasn't played in 2 years, yeah, you better figure it out soon.
I mean,
he's still last.
I mean, when you have a great team like they did last year, and then they go out and they get Stephon Diggs.
And he's jumping the gun. He's jumping the gun.
I'm sorry.
Well, what else were you going to say?
Sorry. Yeah, and then they
actually fuck what you're going to say. Let's get into it.
Yeah, just get into it. He's just going to talk about it anyways.
Sorry, dude.
We'll get your thoughts after.
No. Sorry. I'm sorry. But I mean, the pickups are crazy.
Yeah. So the Texans went 10-7, as Donnie mentioned last season. In terms of their offensive rankings, they were 13 in points for, 12 in yards for, 7 in passing yards, which is impressive. Probably one of the most impressive rookie seasons of all time.
Yeah.
13 in rushing yards. In terms of their defense, amongst the maybe top of the league, you would say. 11 in points allowed, 14 in yards allowed. Actually 23 in pass defense, but 6 in rush defense. So, I mean, they had themselves a season, especially, like Anthony said, one of the worst teams in the league the year before, figuring everything out, literally on the backbones of their two rookies on both ends of the ball and the new rookie head coach, D'Amico Ryans. But in free agency, some of their key losses were Malik Collins, defensive lineman, traded to the Niners. Jonathan Greenard, defensive end, signed with the Minnesota Vikings. If you think about it, essentially traded for a guy that we'll bring up in 1 second here. They lost Sheldon Rankings, defensive tackle to the Cincinnati Bengals. Blake Cashman, linebacker to the Vikings. Our boy, Devin Singletary, running back, was signed to the New York Giants. And then another piece of their defense, Denzel Perryman, linebacker, signed with the Chargers. And, I mean, this list is long of their key losses. Jerry Hughes is still a free agent. You got to keep an eye on him. I've seen some rumblings. Maybe he makes a return to the Buffalo Bills. We have to keep our eyes peeled for that.
Probably not.
So looking at that, you're like, okay, lost a lot of key pieces on that defense. Well, they answered that one quick. They filled them voids quick as hell.
Yeah, they did.
The additions in the offseason, not only on their defensive end, but somehow made their offense better on paper for now. We'll see. Stephon Diggs, they traded from the Buffalo Bills. Joe Mixon traded from the Bengals. Danielle Hunter signed from the Minnesota Vikings. Azeez Al-Shahir, linebacker from the Tennessee Titans. Danico Autry, defensive end from the Tennessee Titans, which he is turning into an AFC South legend. He's played for every single team except for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, Jags, congratulations on the future. You're going to be signing Danico Autry.
Hell yeah. Go down to Florida.
Tim Settle, defensive tackle from the Bills. Jeff Okudah, cornerback from the Falcons. Another one, a sneaky pickup that I like, C.J. Henderson, cornerback from the Panthers. So, like I said, they lost a lot on the defensive side, but they brought them back in free agency. Some big names, too. They were amongst the top of the league in cap space as well, so they went out and spent their money, no problem. But in terms of the draft, they lost their first-round pick. They ended up trading that with the Vikings, so they had to settle for the second round, 42nd overall, Kamari Lassiter. How was that? Was that good?
That was good.
Okay. Kamari Lassiter. That's your team, Georgia, huh? Go Dogs.
Yeah, go Dogs.
All right. Say it like you mean it.
Go Dogs.
All right.
Go Dogs.
Offensive tackle Blake Fisher, Notre Dame, in the second round as well. Kalen Bullock, safety from California in the third round. And one of my favorite picks in the draft, Cade Stover, tight end out of Ohio State. OH!
Ayo.
Io.
Oeo. That's what they call it now, Oeo.
Away. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
If y'all remember, Cade Stover was the one to make his grip strength stronger. He would massage the cows on his farm.
Oh.
Houston is good for that.
Perfect landing spot.
That's Deshaun.
So they had themselves a pretty decent draft on paper as well. What were you going to say earlier that I cut you off?
Oh, no, you're good. That's my bad. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, no, seriously, dude. It's my bad.
Unacceptable.
No, they had
No, seriously, Flinch, that's on me.
That was my fault.
Oh, no, dude. It's not your fault, man. It's my fault. Seriously.
No, but
I hope you accept my apology, dude.
No, I do.
Okay, cool.
No, thank you for apologizing.
Of course.
But what did you do?
Thank you for accepting my apology.
Oh,
Aren't you going to apologize back, though?
I apologize.
You know what? It's okay.
All right.
It's okay. I'm glad we're able to settle that.
Good job, guys.
See, that's what friends do, man.
What the fuck were you going to say, man?
No, but for a team that had a good year last year, they picked up, a couple Pro Bowlers.
Just a
Devin
couple.
Devin Singletary, can we admit he had a great year last year? Can we admit he had a good year last year? He got himself a 3-year. I don't know how much his contract was worth, but pretty damn good.
He had a solid year.
Yeah. The trade, and then you pick up Joe Mixon.
Yeah, that's an upgrade.
You don't lose any wide receivers, and you pick up Stephon Diggs.
Top 5. Yep.
And on the side of Will Anderson, you're picking up Danielle Hunter. Unbelievable.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
that was a great pickup for them.
Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson together. Oh, my God.
To the team that almost beat the Houston Texans, that was one play away to take the AFC South.
Ooh.
The Indianapolis Colts, baby.
What about them?
Yeah, I don't know what we're supposed to say about that.
I'm going into their section of this segment.
Let's do it, then.
So y'all don't have to say nothing. I was just building it up. So the Indianapolis Colts last year obviously fell short to the Houston Texans. Had a 9-8 record. A lot better. Listen, the Texans and the Colts seasons were a lot better than anticipated from a lot of people in sports media. If y'all
had you guys.
recall,
Yep, go ahead.
last year, right when the 2023 draft ended, they did the way too early mock drafts. They had the Houston Texans picking 2 and Indianapolis Colts picking 3.
Boom. Yep.
Scrub City.
This year, completely flipped. Colts actually picked 15th. Texans were at 23. So y'all could fuck right off.
Boom.
Respectfully. But anyways, in terms of the offensive rankings, the Colts were 10 in points for, 15 in yards for, 20 in passing yards, 10 in rushing yards.
That's not too bad for having a backup quarterback.
And not for not having Jonathan Taylor, the first 5 weeks?
Yeah. That's not bad.
Quite honestly, that's a lot better than I thought. Shout out Matt Johnson for diving into these stats here. In terms of their defense, kind of flipped a little bit.
They ass. Respectfully.
Stykster's offensive guy.
Yeah.
He is.
Which it's a conversation in Indianapolis right now because Gus Bradley's one of his buddies. And
Who's that?
defensive coordinator. Nothing.
For the squad?
Yeah. They were buddies back when they were coaching for the Chargers. And
Ooh, okay.
conversation picking up. Maybe he's just looking out for his buddy because check these stats out.
They ass.
They're 28 in points allowed, 24 in yards allowed, 16 in pass defense, and 24 in rush defense.
That's
Not
bad.
great.
Just, it's a little bottom tierish.
I would say so.
Ish.
In terms of their free agency, they lost the one and only Pro Bowl quarterback,
Ooh.
Gardner Minshew.
Why are you booing them?
I'm a fan of Gardner, dude.
He said that he left.
Yeah, that's all I'm
I
saying.
was gonna say he's better than Baker Mayfield.
Oh my God.
I don't know about that. Flinch, is he better than Baker?
No.
No, boom.
No.
Flinch is back on his knowledge.
I do
Yeah.
have Minshew's headband, though.
It's a sweet headband.
Yeah.
He's living in his RV
You
right
got
now.
the hair for it, too. Dude.
Yep.
I'm going to pull one up one day.
Oh.
Minshew is just a cool Baker Mayfield.
Baker not cool.
Not as cool as Minshew.
So the mustache,
Yeah, it's like the hair mustache
RV, jorts.
vibe.
No, I agree with you with that.
Yeah.
Minshew's a cooler dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's
Respectfully.
cool. But sad to see him go. Zach Moss, running back, signed with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Boom.
Nameplate from his locker when he played with the Bills, sitting on my table there. They obviously lost Isaiah McKenzie, wide receiver, signed to the Giants. We still don't know why he got suspended and kicked off the team. They never let that out. So it was some locker room incident. I don't know if we'll ever know.
A little dirty. So we're going to leave it at that.
Yeah. They call him Little Dirty. They don't call him Little Dirty for no reason now.
That's his nickname. Come on now.
Tony Brown, cornerback, signed with the Cleveland Browns. Essentially, I mean, they brought back all their guys, man. Michael Pittman Jr., Zaire Franklin, Kenny Moore,
Yeah, all the bigger
DeForest
players.
Buckner.
Yeah.
DeForest.
All back home, baby.
They still got Xavier Rhodes. Where is that? His name?
Nah, he been gone.
No, he's gone.
Bingo.
But in terms of their other additions, outside of re-signing their own guys,
Big additions.
Joe Flacco, quarterback from the
Joe.
Cleveland Browns, revived his career last season with the Browns, found himself a backup job in Indianapolis where Anthony Richardson had a press conference the other day saying he was hyped to see that Joe Flacco signed with the team because he remembered when he was in elementary school on the bus watching Joe Flacco highlights.
Holy shit. That made him probably feel really old. Didn't feel good for Joe.
Probably not, if I had to guess.
It's the glory days.
But he said, Joe Flacco said he don't care. He's just here to play ball.
That's true.
Raekwon Davis, defensive tackle, big son bitch, damn near 7 foot tall.
I didn't realize he
Bills.
was that big.
Yeah. Defensive tackle signed from the Miami Dolphins. In terms of their draft, boy, oh boy. Chris Ballard does it again.
Does he?
Latu, defensive end, UCLA, first round, 15th overall, first defensive player selected in this draft.
Which is crazy.
Unbelievable.
Good pick.
Definitely need him in that room. Finish plays off, get in CJ Stroud's fucking face, Trevor Lawrence's face, Will Levis's face, close out plays, man. That's exactly what they need. Hey, who cares if they got a weak secondary? If the quarterback can't throw the ball, who cares?
And guess what? First day on the field, I already got a tattoo.
First, I don't know if you've seen this. One of his first training days as a Colt, got the Indianapolis Colts logo tatted on his arm, bro. Yeah. That's how you know that guy's all in. I thought it was fake at first.
Yeah, because it looked bad.
But then he had the rookie premieres, he had the photos. I'm like, oh, shit. he a Colt for life.
For life.
Then they snag up Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver out of
Texas.
Boom.
University of Texas.
Where was he before?
I have no idea, actually.
Yeah, what
was he somewhere before?
High school, university?
Why would I point to you?
I don't know what college he was at.
The Bulldogs.
Georgia, you son bitch.
Was he?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Gamecock.
Which it is weird he said Georgia over Texas.
They won the title when they were playing in Lucas Oil, dude. He caught a touchdown.
Didn't even know.
What kind of fucking Georgia
Didn't even know.
Must have been shit. I never heard of this fucking.
What kind of fan are you, dude?
Jared Stidham.
Man, who's throwing the rock? Stenson?
Yeah.
I call cat. It's bullshit.
Stenson Bennett.
Do I got to pull a play up right now?
Nah, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But he's throwing the ball to the lad McConkey. Brock Bowers. Those are the two guys I know.
So you're sleeping on 80 Mitchell too?
Yep.
I'm right there with you.
That's why he fell that low.
Double sleep.
I agree with that.
Which is why, he's coming in with chip on the shoulder. He picked number 10 because he was the 10th wide receiver picked in this draft. So y'all could fuck right off.
10 is a good number.
A little too much dip on his chip, maybe.
Oh. We'll see.
You can't say that.
He fell in the second round, 52nd overall. Matt, I have a tough time with this one because I think you say it as it's said like Gonzalez, but it's spelled Goncalves.
Goncalves?
Matt Goncalves. Offensive tackle out of Pitt.
That's
third round
tackle.
Tanner Bortolini, center out of Wisconsin, baby. Had the fastest 40-yard dash for all offensive tackles in this draft. Sweet-ass mullet, too.
Sweet
Fucking Italiano, huh?
I don't know, because he's pale as fuck. But, hey, with that last name, hey, how's the family? Bortolini.
That's how we are.
Anthony Gold, wide receiver, Oregon State, in the 5th round. Jalen Carlisle's safety out of Missouri in the 5th round. Jalen Simpson, safety out of Auburn in the 5th round. And the rest, absolute fucking dogs, baby. Chris Ballard does it again. No bias. No bias.
None.
Some of these safeties, though, were listed as linebackers as well.
Oh.
Put them anywhere. Hybrid player.
So a little inside-out action.
So CJ Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, Will Levis, you Mayo coffee drinking some bitch. Watch out.
Will Levis, we're ready to tear up the division.
Tear it up, like.
I would love the Titans to win the division.
Man.
Not 2 years in a row. You can't do it 2 years in a row.
Worst to first.
They have the offense to
last
do it.
season.
I don't know if I can mention this or not. We're talking about the Colts. So I don't know if I want to mention the Titans. So I'll wait.
Okay.
That's smart.
I'll wait.
Wait until we bring it up.
Yeah, Colts had themselves a hell of an offseason, in my opinion. I don't know what you boys think, but I think we back. But I wouldn't be surprised. I've said this on the show before. I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans and the Colts finish with double-digit wins on the season. Favorable schedules, more so favorable for the Colts than the Texans, because since the Texans won the division last year, made the playoffs, had a playoff win, yeah, they're going to give them some harder opponents.
Good. Yeah, probably.
Chris Ballard literally has to be lucky. I mean, the fact that the first defensive player, Latu, fell to him at 15, and then, Adonai Mitchell comes in. They get him in the 2nd round.
Let's head down to Duval County. Dottie's favorite place in the United States, baby.
England.
Close. Jacksonville Jaguars, dog.
Super Gremlins.
Finished 9-8 after having a 90% chance to win the division and make the playoffs by, what was it, halfway through the season?
Oh, if they would have missed, it would have been so good.
Wait, what?
If they would have missed the playoffs, I would have loved it.
They did.
Donnie, what were you watching all season?
Oh, I thought they made the playoffs.
No. What were we watching?
Well, then I did love it. Fuck him.
He loved it so much he forgot it happened.
Yeah.
So
This guy.
So they finished 9-8 in terms of offensive rankings. 14 in points for, 13 in yards for, 9 in passing yards, and 24 in rushing yards. And then on the defensive end, 17 in points allowed, 22 in yards allowed, 26 in pass defense, 9 in rush defense. So the key losses is obviously Calvin Ridley signed with the Tennessee Titans, which he said himself he wanted to go back to Jacksonville, but he seen the money that Tennessee offered him. Nah, can't turn that shit down.
Calvin Midley.
Whoa. It's because
I told you he don't like nobody, bro. He's a tough critic.
That's insane.
You could be a top 5 quarterback in the league and lead the league in all the quarterback stats, and he still ain't shit good if you're asking Donnie.
Are you saying Brock Purdy?
Yeah, I'm saying Brock Purdy.
Sounds like a top 15 quarterback in the league. Maybe.
Top 15 quarterbacks make it to the Super Bowl. Huh?
They do. Look at Jimmy G.
That's true.
Top 20 even make it.
They lost Calvin Ridley, or if you ask Donnie, Calvin Midley. Darius Williams, cornerback, signed with the Rams. Rayshawn Jenkins, safety, signed with the Seahawks.
BL.
Brandon McManus lost their kicker to the Washington Commanders.
Good.
Calvin Chasing, linebacker, I definitely butchered his name, signed with the Carolina Panthers. Zay Jones, he's still a free agent right now. Dwayne Smoot, defensive end, he actually signed with the Bills recently. But in terms of their additions, they brought over Eric Armstead, defensive tackle from the Niners. We know his name, homegrown. We know him well. Gabe Davis from the Buffalo Bills.
Good pickup.
Number 0. 13-0, Donnie, what you think?
They could have him. He'll block good for him.
Darnell Savage, safety from the Packers. Sorry about it, Aiden. Mitch Morse, center, also from the Buffalo Bills. Also, sneaky pickup that I always forget, Devin Duvernay from the Baltimore Ravens. Ronald Darby, quarterback from the Ravens. They had themselves a somewhat decent draft. First round, they took Brian Thomas Jr. With the 23rd overall pick. Mason Smith, defensive tackle out of LSU in the second round, 48th overall. Jerrion Jones, cornerback out of Florida State, third round, 96 overall. Javon Foster, offensive tackle, out of Missouri in the fourth round, 114th overall. And Jordan Jefferson, defensive tackle out of LSU in the fourth round. Something about them defensive tackles out of LSU. Jacksonville, their scouts loved it, so they took 2 of them. They also had a bunch of picks in this draft. Yeah, man, that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. What are we thinking of their offseason, fellas?
Their receiving room. Kind of crazy. Yeah.
Donnie, what's in this cup, bro?
I don't know what this guy's drinking. Bro, they're looking at
He's some tea and crumpets.
Yeah, you got tea and crumpets in that thing? Is that what you're going on? Bro, they're going to win like 8 games.
We upgrade Calvin Ridley with Brian Thomas. Okay.
Upgrade?
You just called him Midley.
He is Calvin Midley.
So what's Brian Thomas?
Brian Thomas is going to be, who knows what going to be, but it ain't going to be that impressive because Christian Kirk going to be eating up all the catches, and Evan Ingram going to be eating up all the catches, and they're going to be losing games.
Those are actually pretty good free agent pickups, though. I didn't realize they got all those guys, but
yeah.
I mean, Darnell Savage, great pickup.
Yeah.
Devin Duvernay, great pickup. I mean, yeah, they lost Calvin Ridley, which, I mean, can we say he was the number 1 receiver for them last year? I would like to say it was.
You could argue that, yeah.
I would like
he
to
was
say so
cooking
too.
the Bills in London. He was cooking them.
Yeah, he was.
But I don't know who's on him. Kirigilam? Who's on him?
Bro, he had a whole extra week and a half to prep for him. Bills just flew in. Now we got to cover Calvin Ridley, who doesn't know if he wants to bet or quit football.
Oh, my God.
Listen, any player that bets on himself, I'm with it.
Yeah,
Be on my team, bro.
All I know is Trevor Lawrence better relax. So you got the Mac show right behind him.
Oh, look out, Sheila.
No.
The Mac train is rolling right behind.
Because he, last part of the year last year, God, wasn't that good.
This team finished last in the AFC South.
I like this team, though.
I know you liked them last season, too.
Titans. The Tennessee Titans. Tighten up because y'all went 6-11 last season. Ooh, that's tough. In terms of their offensive rankings.
Jeez.
27 in points for, 28 in yards for, 29 in passing yards, 17 in rushing yards, and then on the defensive end.
A little better. Just a tad.
Look at Donnie's reaction. This was Tennessee fans the whole season. On the defensive side, though, they were 16 in points allowed, 18 in yards allowed, 18 in pass defense, and 13 in rush defense.
So they weren't good enough.
They were hot garbage. To be completely transparent with you.
Mid defense, terrible offense.
You got to figure out who the quarterback was. I mean, they were going between Tannehill and then they were going. Was the Malik Willis play at all last year?
I think like one or two games.
Like
then you got Will Levis coming in. I mean,
he had like 2 snaps probably.
Is Tannehill even on the team still?
No, he's free agent.
Oh, is he?
But in terms of their losses, though, Flint's great transition. Dude. Nice job. Welcome back. They obviously lost Mike Vrabel.
Yup.
Who still doesn't have a job? It's kind of crazy.
He does have a job.
Oh, where? Don't care. Not in the NFL. Don't care.
All right. Well, I was going to tell you.
Hey, what is he, a lineman coach somewhere?
Is he a high school coach?
He's an ambassador on the Cleveland Browns staff.
Oh, he's
back home, baby.
Oh.
Smoking cigs in the office and spitting the tobacco. What's that?
An ambassador?
Some shit. I could be wrong. I could look it up right now.
They're going to run it past him. Hey, do you think we should trade for this quarterback that has off the field issues and give him
because I ain't going to be here next year.
He said, sounds good to me.
But Mike Vrabel is he's with the Browns as a coaching and personnel consultant, not an ambassador.
They better consult him for everything. Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
What's he going to say? Yeah, just have Myles Garrett sack him.
They lost Azeez Al-Shahir, linebacker, as we mentioned, signed with the Texans. Sean Murphy-Bunting, cornerback, signed with the Arizona Cardinals. Danico Autry, defensive end, which we also mentioned, signed with Houston Texans. Maybe one of their biggest losses on their team. The King. This is your king. Derrick Henry, signed with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yup.
That won't hurt them.
Block up.
I would say so. Those were their key losses. Obviously, Flinch mentioned that they lost Ryan Tannehill. He's still a free agent right now. Who knows when he'll sign, where he'll sign, but who cares? He's on the free agent market. Fuck him. But in terms of their additions, they hired Brian Callahan, the coach, the offensive coordinator from the Cincinnati Bengals. He's their new head coach.
And you said you like this team.
What is your? Can you make your mind up, bro? Make your mind up.
He ain't Mike Vrabel.
Hey, yeah, you ain't lying.
And he's not the greatest offensive coordinator.
Maybe he'll be a better head coach.
Whatever.
No, we'll see.
He probably won't be.
There we go.
He brought his dad on the staff as their offensive lineman coach.
That's lit.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Keep it in the family.
Yeah. They got 2 years until they're fired.
L'Jarius Sneed. They traded from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Great pickup.
Calvin Ridley, obviously, they signed from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Awuzie, cornerback from the Cincinnati Bengals. Tony Pollard, running back from the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Kenneth Murray, linebacker from the Chargers. Sebastian Joseph Day, defensive tackle from the which I had no idea he played for the Niners, so I guess he came from the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay,
Flinch's boy,
Mason
Rudolph,
bonk,
quarterback from the Steelers. I was just making sure you're awake. That I don't even know if you fuck with Mason.
Ready.
Honestly, that's some pretty good pickups.
Not a bad offseason.
Yeah,
I would say in terms of their free agency, but in terms of their draft, 7th overall they signed J.C. Latham, offensive tackle out of Alabama. Trevondre Sweat. I had to think about how to say that one. He slipped in the draft. Defensive tackle out of Texas, 2nd round, 38th overall. I don't know if you guys recall. Yep. He was highly touted in terms of one of the defensive tackles in this draft class.
He was probably going to sneak up in the 1st round.
Top 3, top 5, I would say.
Yeah.
Fell to the 2nd round due to some of his off the field activities.
Him and Rashid, huh?
Yeah, well, I think he caught like a DUI or something. I forget how that went, allegedly. So he slipped in the draft there. They picked up Cedric Gray, linebacker out of North Carolina, in the 4th round, 106 overall. One of the guys that I kind of liked as one of the top cornerback prospects in the later rounds. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. out of Louisville, 5th round, 146 overall. So, I mean, they had a lot of other draft picks as well. We won't run through all those guys, but what are we thinking about the Titans offseason? Not too bad.
Yeah, seeing all of them. Definitely competitive division.
2 of the teams going to be pretty good.
Which 2? And don't say the Titans.
Nah, the first 2 we talked about.
Yeah, because I'm going to say the Titans.
Yeah, what I'm going to say is this. I'm going to say something, and you guys might think I'm crazy, but they might have a top 5 wide receiver room.
Yeah, I will think you.
D-Hop, Calvin Ridley.
Who else?
There's one more, I feel.
They did get someone else that's
old. Oh, Downey's boy.
They got Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler Boyd as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If Will
that was after he
Levis
did
could figure it out, I can't see why this team can't. I can't see why they can't be nice.
The thing with him is that just like he's really not a bad quarterback, right? I mean, he just his problem is consistency. He can't stay consistent. He'll have a great week one week, midweek the next week, absolute shit game the next week, and then back to being maybe looking like one of the best quarterback prospects in that draft. If he stops that Carson Wentz roller coaster, I think he's going to be solid. But if he keeps that up, man, he's going to find himself in trouble because they believe in him. Obviously, they're putting all these guys around him.
Right.
This might be do or die for him, which is crazy to say in your second year. But there's no timetable now for these guys, like we talked about a couple weeks ago. Like, look at the 2021 draft class. 3 years later, none of them are on the same team except for Trevor Lawrence. Time to be good is short, man.
Yeah, they're trying to win now.